What if the exhaustion you're feeling, the burnout, the emotional flatness, the constant doing isn't because you're failing, but because one part of you has been running the show alone? Hi, I'm Janice, a dream path. Sort of like an empath, but dreamier. I work with dreams, not just symbol lists or generic meanings, but real dreams from people just like you, and how those dreams guide emotional healing, integration, and maturity. Carl Jung believed that all women carried an inner masculine force, and that all men carry an inner feminine force, not as gender roles, but as inner dynamics. So if we apply what Jung talked about to dreams, we can say that masculine energy in dreams refers to direction, action, structure, and decision. And then feminine energy would be about intuition, feeling, receptivity, and inner knowing. In waking life, neither is meant to dominate. So in your dreams, if one of these is dominating over the other, you can see that there's some imbalance happening in your life. Here's a dream example from when masculine energy was dominating in a female's life. This dreamer came to me and she was totally physically exhausted. She had a recurring dream where she was running through airports, dragging her luggage and frantically trying to make it to the right gate. She was watching the departure boards and the information kept changing so fast she couldn't keep up. In the dream, she wasn't really panicking, but she was just constantly moving. And I'm sure you're not surprised to hear that this dream isn't actually about traveling. It's about showing that a life that's almost exclusively focused on doing, managing, and solving with no space to rest or feel was leading to a total energy imbalance and therefore leading to her exhaustion. Her dreams were showing that she was functioning, but she wasn't totally inhabiting her inner self. Here's another dream, and this time it's about feminine energy that's imbalanced and not bringing in that masculine energy that would allow the dreamer to be more contained and balanced in life. This dreamer described a dream where she was standing in a path holding bags and other items for other people. And people just kept handing her more, and no one checked on her to see if she could even handle it. And at the same time, she didn't put anything down and she didn't say no. In waking life, she thought that doing for others was just a duty and that it meant that she was a kind person. But what this led to was that she was over giving without having boundaries. So she was showing feminine energy, openness, and compassion for helping others, but she didn't have the structure of the masculine energy. Now, the dream wasn't saying cut yourself off from people, become emotionally cold, and don't respond with compassion. It was just asking her to be able to say no without feeling bad or feeling like she's hurting someone. I see this kind of pattern in dreams all the time, and I wondered, why might it be so common? Well, many of us learned early on that safety came from performing, achieving, or holding everything together. So action replaced observing and flowing, and control replaced intuition and boundaries. When parts of us are ignored, they will communicate with us through dreams. And that's often why you will have recurring dreams. Here's another dream where it starts to show that the rebalancing is beginning. This dreamer was walking through a garden in her dream. Half the plants were thriving and half of the plants were dry and neglected. In the dream, she was instinctually watering the dry side. And she felt immediately relieved that she had discovered this part of her garden that needed watering. Her dreams were showing her that this part of her had been ignored and that she was now working to restore that. This dreamer was in my birth wound healing and had reached the 6th week, where we work on bringing healing energy to the reproductive system. Jung believed that real growth didn't come from choosing one side or the other. Let me be super into my masculine energy in this lifetime, or let me be super into my feminine energy in this lifetime. The growth came from integrating both of those energies. So when action supports intuition and structure protects sensitivity, balance returns. And when that happens, your dreams change. So the next time you wake up from a dream, just quietly pause, don't open your eyes, don't move, just go back into that space for a second where you were and grab that thread of your dream, and then ask yourself, was the dream showing you pushing, managing, or fixing? Or were you sensing, listening, and receiving? Your dreams aren't random, they're precise, and they're always trying to bring you back into balance. Thanks for dreaming with me. I'll see you again.